This video will explore critical analysis and evaluation. This concept is important for high school ELA students because it underlies the performance indicators of 0% of the indicators on which students underperformed during the last test administration. For a curricular perspective, this concept is central to understanding of interpreting expository text, identifying key concepts, and organizational frameworks.
Let's take a moment to read the text. Go ahead and pause the video and read just the first paragraph of this text. Now that you're familiar with the text, we are going to take a moment to understand the content. We're really looking at where we're beginning. So a good strategy when you're taking a test is to annotate. That means to write in the margins. So we have an idea of where we're coming from. And when you have a question that you have to look back on the text for, you aren't at a complete loss for what the content was. This paragraph is about Victor Grun's creation and conception of the shopping center as modeled after European-style cafe society, leading into the United States style of the shopping center. It starts with his conception of it, his history as an urban planner, and leads into the initial introduction of shopping centers as they might slow suburban sprawl and tame the automobile, because they limit land space and put everything in a centralized location. However, and we see a very clear transition here from one subject to another, a cause to effect, if you will. However, so go ahead and take a second to read the second paragraph and understand that relationship of however between the two. Now that you're familiar with the second paragraph, we know that this paragraph, while Victor Grun had wanted to stop suburban sprawl, this paragraph demonstrates that an outside factor of suburbanization, the growth of suburban areas such as Long Island, New Jersey, and the mall culture, grew in direct relationship to the United States' booming economy after World War II and the increasing ease of ownership for an automobile. Now take a moment to read paragraph 3. Paragraph 3 is about the growth of department stores and historical details on Chicago's O'Hare Airport, as seen up here, and the growth of the State Street in Chicago in 1983, Hudson's department store in Detroit, and ironically, the victim of all of this is the automobile. The product had brought Detroit wealth. So we see that excuse me. So we see this clear relationship of cause up here. This first paragraph is about Victor Grun's introduction of the shopping center ideal. This exterior factor of the United States commercialism and the growth of suburbia. And then here we see the real development of flagship stores and shopping centers, which are just mass shopping centers, these very, very large, as the fourth paragraph details, extremely large landmass areas, shopping centers, malls as we know them. Now, understanding this relationship of the textual concepts, we're going to go ahead and take a look at question 20. Question 20 reads, the events in the passage are arranged primarily in what format? The order of importance, by comparison and contrast, through cause and effect, or question and answer. A good test-taking strategy is to use the process of elimination. So, how we do that is by taking a look at every single option and deciding whether or not we think it matters. Do we think the text is organized by the order of importance? If it was, then I think it would have started off with the most important information, which was simply suburbia affected the way that malls developed. Malls ended up being huge. That's not how the text read. Let's take a look at the next one. Through comparison and contrast. This was not evident throughout the text because there was no comparison of multiple texts or multiple sources. Let's take a look at number 4, through question and answer. That was not evident within the text. There were no questions or answers. It was posed instead as cause and effect, showing us that the answer is in fact number 3, cause and effect. Right, calling it.